The holidays are magical, but if you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a long car trip with the kids, don't worry. With these 5 tips, your holiday road trip will be a breeze, keeping your kids entertained, comfortable, and meltdown free so you can actually enjoy the ride. For the past 15 years, I've focused on family vacations, perfecting the art of budget-friendly flights, and planning smooth, stress-free trips. As an autism mom, I've developed strategies to ensure the entire family can have a fun and enjoyable trip. Number 1, I know this is controversial to all the other tips I've seen. Everyone says to plan out your breaks every 2 to 3 hours. Don't do that. I've got a better way to make your trip go faster. It'll tie into the number 4 tip later, but you need to stay flexible. Go with the flow with your breaks. If the kids are taking a nap and content and happy, keep driving, keep going, unless somebody has an emergency and needs to take a break, or they're getting super frustrated and irritated and they need a break. Don't stop every 2 hours just because you feel like you should to get out of the car and move around. If everyone's happy, keep going. This has saved us on a ton of car trips. We've had times where both the kids are napping at lunchtime and my husband and I just have some snacks in the car to hold us over even though we're hungry, so that way we can keep going and get as much distance covered while the kids are asleep. This is why it's essential to prep your car ahead of time. You're going to enjoy the trip so much more if you clean out the car and you have it all ready to go before your long trip. When you're packing, you want to make sure that any trip essentials have easy access, whether that's easy for you or easy for the kids to reach themselves. You want to make sure that you can get to anything without having to stop and pull over and pull it out of the bag, especially things like snacks and toys. You're also going to want to make sure that you have some type of bin or container or a plastic bag that's readily available for all your trash to go to one spot. It is so much easier to not have to deal with the stress of trash everywhere and trash getting on everything if you just have a container and a designated spot for all the trash to go. We like to use plastic bags. I know that's not the most green thing, but we are technically reusing them. Remember, when you are stopping to get gas, that you can also empty the trash at that point so it doesn't become too much. And when you're packing, please have a list. You're going to be so much happier if you do. You should make 2 different lists. One for packing everything in advance and one for stuff that you need to pack the day of, like a charger. If you don't have an extra one to pack in your bag, you want that charger to charge your phone the night before, but you don't want to forget it the next morning when you're rushing out the door. So having 2 separate lists, one for the morning of and one for packing in advance, will make it so much easier for you. And packing is a great time to involve the kids. That way they can pick out their favorite stuffed animal or book or whatever they want to bring with them. I like to limit our kids on what they can bring. My daughter is obsessed with stuffed animals and wouldn't bring 20 if we let her, but usually we limit her on car trips or especially airplane travel, to 1 stuffed animal. Number 2 is entertainment. It is so important to make sure that you're thinking about this in advance. We like to use electronics on car trips, especially long car trips, to keep our kids entertained. We download movies and shows, and especially with Christmas coming up, some holiday themed ones to get them excited about the holiday. But this works a lot better if they have limited access to that tablet before the car trip. So a couple weeks before the car trip, start cutting down on how much tablet time they get. That way, when they get to the long car ride, that tablet is extra special and is going to entertain them even longer. If you don't want to use any electronics, some great non-electronic options for entertainment are the reusable sticker books. I'll link to the kids' favorites down below. Those ones are really good for car trips because they're not messy. You can also do magnetic puzzles, coloring books, but you really don't want like a whole bunch of crowns or colored pencils flying around and losing them in the back seat. So Melissa & Douglas has some great options for cars. Audiobooks, I'm obsessed with audiobooks. As a person with dyslexia, audiobooks are my jam. Like, I'm obsessed with them. but they're fantastic for long car trips and keeping kids and you entertained. So Christmas time, if you want to listen to some like Christmas themed book, we really like to go with the classics like A Christmas Carol. You can get a lot of audiobooks from your library and like library apps like Libby and Hoopla. And of course, you can't overlook the simplicity of Christmas music. Whether you're going with like classic carols and singing together as a family, or if you want to go like Spotify and find like a Christmas kids playlist, it is super fun for the kids to just sing in the car. And if they're singing, they're not arguing or fighting. So that's always a win. You can also plan out some games like I Spy, but make it Christmas edition, like I Spy a Reindeer and Santa Claus. There are lots of fun ways to do all the classic games like bingo, but make them Christmas themed. And I know there's a lot of videos out there saying like you need to buy a whole bunch of new stuff and give your kids something new to entertain them every single hour of a car trip. And if that's your jam, you do you. We do not do that. So do not feel obligated that you have to buy a whole bunch of new stuff for your kids to entertain them in the car, because you don't, and you're not the only ones if you don't. Number 3, packing the right snacks is super important. Instead of just packing regular snacks that you would normally have, obviously Christmas theme is gonna be more fun, like Christmas cookies or like fun shaped like reindeer pretzels. Stuff like that can be a little extra exciting for the kids and a little more entertaining for them. You can also pack healthy snacks like apple slices and carrots. Just think about the mess factor before you pack something for a car trip. You'll also be really grateful if you go ahead and portion stuff out in individual containers, whether it's like a little baggie or a little snack container. Make sure that they have small little portions that you can just hand them, or they can just get an appropriate size portion so they're not eating like a whole box of pretzels. And for the drinks, we like to keep it to just water. Sugary drinks can make you have to go to the bathroom more, so that's something you might want to avoid during car trips. But you do want to think about ones that are really good for cars that are spill proof, so that way if they get knocked over and dropped, it's not a big deal. And for the little ones, the straps, strap those cups into the car seat. They're lifesavers. If you don't have them, you're missing out. Number 4, leave super early. Trust me on this one, it will change your life. Car trips are so much easier for yourself if you leave early. One, you avoid a lot of the traffic, and the holidays are notorious for having crazy traffic jams. So the earlier you leave, the better. We definitely try to leave by 5 a.m. If we can leave by like 4:30, that's fantastic. And we get so much more mileage covered a lot faster when there's no traffic. And the best part of leaving early is the fact that the kids are so tired, they sleep so much of the trip, and then when they are awake, they're not as tired and cranky. You're gonna want to make sure that the kids just sleep in like comfortable pajamas or comfortable clothes that they can just go straight into the car with. The car's packed the night before, you grab your last few things that you have to grab from that checklist, and then everything is ready to go, and you wake up the kids and you put them straight into the car with their pajamas on. They have a blanket or a pillow or stuffed animal, something so they feel cozy, and they can just go straight back to sleep. You can cover so many hours, so many miles first thing in the morning while everyone else is sleeping. And number 5, managing those mid-trip meltdowns. The best thing you can do is to stay calm and positive. The kids are gonna feed off your energy. If you are irritated and frustrated when they get a little cranky, they're gonna get even more irritated and frustrated. If you're having fun and enjoying the trip, they're going to too. They're gonna feed off whatever energy you're putting out. So you gotta fake it till you make it. Even if you're a little stressed, make sure that everything you're putting out is positive and happy vibes, and that'll definitely help keep the kids calmer. Distractions can also be a key part here, whether that's a different form of entertainment, a different toy, something else to watch or listen to, and you can help them use their imagination, use thought-provoking questions. What are they excited about and looking forward to when you get to your destination? What are they wanting for Christmas? What is their favorite Christmas tradition? What is their favorite memory? Just something to kind of get their little brains thinking about something else. And a bonus tip, handling delays and detours. When you've planned for the unexpected, it's not nearly as bad. So you want to make sure that you always have like extra warm blankets in the car, just in case, some extra snacks, some extra clothes. We've had those trips where somebody throws up and it is not pleasant. So having extra things on hand can really save you from a lot of stress. If you don't already have one, keeping a portable power station in your car can be a lifesaver in many incidences. You should have it for not just long car trips, but also day to day in the event of any emergency. I will link to the one that we keep in my car down below. Candy canes are the best kept secret that you should always make sure you have on road trips. And this isn't just for Christmas, year around, you're gonna wanna stock up. Candy canes have peppermint in it, and peppermint helps with nausea and soothing any upset stomachs, which are notorious for long car rides. Even if your kid doesn't typically get car sick, it can happen anytime, especially if you're traveling through the mountains or you having to take a detour through windy roads. This community is for moms who want to create epic family memories. If you have any other car trip hacks that you've learned that have worked great for you guys, please share them down below so the other moms can learn from them too. You should also download my free guide to 6 life-saving things to know before traveling with kids, totally free, and I will link it down in the description for you. Next, you're gonna wanna watch how to survive airport travel with kids. It's your key to a stress-free holiday and learning how to navigate the airport like a pro. For more family travel tips, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Happy holidays and safe travels. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.